expect to see this season going into Glee?
Well, I think when you see the first episode, one of the things that a lot of people are saying is that the show is sort of turning back inside. You know, the show got so big, and it got so big as a production, and then it got so big on hiatus, and in some ways it kind of got bigger than itself, and now they're really sort of reining it back in, and a lot of people say that the first episode really encapsulates everything that we fell in love with.
So Corey Monteith, fellow Canadian.
Yeah.
Do you guys bond on your Canadian roots because you hail from Montreal?
Yeah, I remember when we won the Olympics, we won the hockey, we were all doing a photo shoot that day, and Corey and I were like beside ourselves. I mean, we could barely contain ourselves, but it was so frustrating because we couldn't gloat because nobody in LA follows hockey, so they had no idea what was going on.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you were also on one of my favorite shows, Heroes,
thank
and
you.
Friday Night Lights.
That's right.
How did you fit into the role of Terry Schuster, who's witty and, you know, kind of goofy and totally different from your other roles?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm so lucky because I have been allowed to play in so many different worlds, and for me to find who Terry was kind of terrifying. You know, I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm lucky that way because I feel like a lot of actors complain that they don't get the opportunity to transform, and I feel like I've really had the chance to do that because I get to play in so many different worlds. As I always like to say, you know, Terry's never going to be Emma, so don't wait for it because it's not going to happen.
Well, we wouldn't want her to either.
There you
They're
go.
complete opposites.
Exactly.
And that's why it works.
Exactly.
And we saw an intense scene between you and Matthew Morrison. What was it like for you and Matthew to act that out?
We were so excited when we read that scene because I think we both felt as though all the sort of stepping stones that we had placed throughout the season were finally going to pay off, and we were going to be able to tell the story of this couple. And at the same time, we had to keep it within the world of the show, and it still had to be believable. It's the only scene we've ever done that we actually rehearsed the day before, privately, with the director, because we wanted to map it out, we wanted to know what we were going to do, and then once the crew came in, we wanted to just be able to keep shooting and shooting and shooting. And that's what we did. It was just handheld, and we just ran through that scene as many times as we had to, and tried not to think too much about it. I mean, for us, that was such a gratifying experience, because we really felt like, oh, now people can understand how two people can get to this sad moment.
Can we expect any tunes from Terry? Any songs?
I hope so. I really want to sing, you know. Yeah. I think, like, with the show, I think they always struggle with being able to justify characters breaking out into song, and I think the hardest ones to justify are the adults, and especially the ones who are away from the high school. But I always say, like, if I'm called on to perform, I will certainly be happy to do it. So I'm waiting for my number.